Okay, let's see the headlines now. We begin from the Nation newspaper. The Nation says Tinubu's parley boosts Akpabio's Abbas chances. Tinubu's parley boosts Akpabio's and Abbas chances. Okay, that's recall that Akpabio and Abbas are standing as President of the Senate and House of Representatives Speaker, respectively. That's what the Nation newspaper has. Then the Punch newspaper is next. The Punch says National Assembly leadership, that's focus here. Tinubu's meeting with lawmakers fails to resolve zoning crisis, right? Tinubu's meeting with lawmakers fails to resolve zoning crisis. The president called for zoning, failed to name anointed aspirants. Sources are saying this, right? I believe all this has been in the open since. Opposition parties claim majority plot to use number against APC candidates. Okay, that's what the Punch has. From the Punch, let's go to the Leadership newspaper. And the focus is still on the 10th National Assembly leadership. It says Tinubu Sticks With Akpabio, Abbas, Lobbies Lawmakers. Say it's about Nigerian projects, right? Accuses Goje Alero Wamako of stalling progress. Yari Kalu Jimo Ibrahim Wasi Betara absent. Now, opposition will spring surprises on Tuesday. PDP is boasting. All right, that's what they have there on the Friday leadership. There, Tinubu Sticks With Akpabio, Abbas, and Lobbies Lawmakers on the 10th National Assembly. From there, let's go to this Nigeria, which is the last one I'm looking at before I hand over to Kemi here. Tinubu insists on Akpabio, Abbas at meeting with National Assembly members-elect. Yari's camp stays away, vows a fight to the last. And governors across party lines back president. Okay, Tinubu insists on Akpabio, Abbas at meeting with National Assembly members-elect. That's what this Nigeria has. Kemi.
Right. The president's intervention in the National Assembly leadership also tops the headline stories in some of the papers I have. Looking at Daily Trust, the president is quoted as telling lawmakers-elect support Akpabio and Tajuddin Abbas. The president also reportedly gets governors buy-in, but Yari, Kalu, now these are some of the other contenders remain in the race. But Tara, another contender, meets Asiwaju Tinubu today as Wase insists on contest. Let's check out first news. It's still on the 10th Assembly leadership that will be inaugurated in a matter of days. My choice of Akpabio stands, President Tinubu tells APC senators elect. On Business Day is a different headline story there. Subsidy removal buys breathing space for debt-ridden Nigeria. That's on Business Day, subsidy removal and some of the positives that accrue with it. We go on now to Blueprint. Nasarawa Governor Sule says Buhari spent more than $19 billion as cost of Dangote refinery on moribund nation's refineries, explains reasons Nigeria's refineries cannot work, and also according to the Revenue Mobilization, Allocation and Fiscal Commission, NNPCL is yet to reconcile $8.4 trillion subsidy claims. That's all on the Blueprint. Nigerian News Direct, NNPCL fails to remit 8.4 trillion naira into Federation account in 17 months. That's also according to the Revenue Mobilization, Allocation and Fiscal Commission, also there on the Nigerian News Direct. Finally is Daily Independent. And now it's bringing us updates from the Presidential Election Petitions Tribunal, with President Tinubu, APC, opposing INEC staff testifying in Atiku's petition, just as Obi seeks order to question INEC on ICT experts used in polls. Details in Daily Independent, Mike.
All right. Let's look at this issue on most of the papers this morning talking about the National Assembly leadership. Now, the president has met with members-elect several times since his presidency. And even before the swearing in, there were times where those meetings held. And as a way of trying to ensure that the national leadership, conducts a seamless election and members that they see or he sees or feels that these are people we can work together, emerge. Also based on the fact that the issue of balancing the country based on the regions where contributions have come from, on one hand, a way of national interest on the other hand, and also on the issue of ensuring that there's fairness. All of these things are there, but not everyone is on the same page, especially for somebody like Senator Yari and Wase, who feels that they have what it takes to be Senate President and House of Rep Speaker, respectively.
And especially where a crop of these lawmakers also believe that it rests on them. The decision as to who leads them is, their prerogative, and they feel the party, that's the ruling party, shouldn't have a say. But it's for others, it's gratifying that the president isn't sitting aloof or acting indifferent to the intrigues within, because of course he needs their cooperation moving forward after the election is won and lost. There will still be, the need for the executive and legislature, especially, to have a smooth working relationship, at least for the good of everyone. So that meeting the president had with the lawmakers, and interestingly enough, across, party divides, it is actually quite interesting. But yes, it's still not Uhuru. There's still going to be more convincing to do. Some are also interpreting it as saying perhaps the president should also, it's a thin line between the president not acting indifferent and, the president acting as if he intends to control the legislature, so that it's a really fine line. But the fact that he's coming in and urging them, and we understand that he's going to have a meeting with another contender in the House, that's Honorable Betara, who is also, at least from what the papers are saying as of now, he says he's still in the race. So, and then they're also saying it's not about them, it's about their supporters, it's about whom the people they represent. So it goes beyond them. So if those ones are still like urging them to continue, it's about interest. So we will still expect a lot of, intrigues, a lot of, compromises, hopefully, between now and the 13th or so, when the 10th Assembly is inaugurated. But it's interesting to observe how everything is going on.
Yeah, that's just next week. And we're counting down just a few days away from that happening. So it is expected that between now and that time, a lot of meetings and a lot of horse trading will certainly take place. Now, another thing people are talking about is the issue of the supremacy of the party. When the party has decided to say, this is the way we're going, this is where we're going, these are the persons we should work for, these are the regions we have balanced out, as the case may be, it is expected that if you're a party man or party woman, you should abide by the party. That is what some people are also saying regarding this issue.
Somebody like, if you look at the personality of Senator Yari, former governor, of course, his worth is not in doubt, his standing isn't in doubt. But then, considering the fact, and the president said as much, that him being a Muslim, his deputy, the vice president, also being a Muslim, it is very important that interest, fairness, equality, and all other ideals are enshrined. And for Senator Yari to insist he's still in the race, well, it's his right after all. But then party supremacy is also important. And during the elections, during the intense, rigorous campaigns, there were promises that were made that other interest would also be factored, moving forward. And we've seen as much in the president's appointments so far, the secretary to the government of the federation from Benue State, former governor Akume. So one would expect that all these things will spread out. Every other region hopefully should get, key positions across all the leadership divides, so to speak. So let's just hope that, this coming days now we will, get somewhere and there would not be any rancor. The party also has a big interest, even after the election.
Well, the point there is politics is about conflict resolution of who gets what, where, and how.
How well, how well you even...
So we wait to see how these things pan out as we get along.